I really love senior people, and I'm serious. You know why? Because senior people have reached that beautiful stage of life where they can say whatever is on their mind. A little kid can get away with saying anything. A senior person can also get away with saying anything. Everybody else in the middle has to be careful. Have you noticed that? A 7-year-old child can look at you and say, "Why is your head shiny?" A senior person can look at you and say the exact same thing, and somehow nobody gets offended. That's power. But here's something I've noticed. Some people reach 60, 70, even 80 years old, and somehow they still have this spark. They laugh. They joke. They walk into a room and everybody feels happier. Meanwhile, another person is 45 and already acting like they are 300 years old. They sit down and make noises just from existing. They stand up and make another noise. They bend over and suddenly sound like an old wooden door. Ee, ah, oh. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, what is the secret? According to psychology and many of the ideas inspired by Carl Jung, staying young is not only about your age, it's about what you do every day. And today we're talking about 7 daily habits that help keep you young after 60. Not fake young, not trying to dress like a teenager young. I mean feeling alive, feeling energetic, feeling happy to wake up, feeling excited about life. And trust me, number 7 might be the most powerful one of all. So grab your tea, your coffee, your water. Actually, after habit number 1, maybe put that coffee down for a second. Let's begin. Habit number 1. Drink more water, less caffeine, and no alcohol now, before anybody gets upset. I'm not here to fight with coffee lovers. I know some people treat coffee like a family member. Some people don't say good morning to their spouse. They say good morning to their coffee. The coffee gets greeted first. The spouse gets greeted later. But here's the thing. Many people walk around tired, sluggish, and low on energy because they are simply dehydrated. Their body is basically sending an emergency message. The body is saying, "Please, water." And they're responding with, "Best I can do is another cup of coffee." Imagine trying to grow a beautiful garden. Every day, instead of watering the flowers, you pour soda on them. The flowers would be confused. Your body feels the same way. Water helps everything. Your skin, your joints, your energy, even your brain. And have you noticed something funny? When we're young, we drink water without thinking. When we get older, some people act like water is some kind of optional subscription service. They'll drink everything except water, coffee, tea, soda, fruit punch, mystery drinks, but not water. I once heard about an older gentleman whose doctor told him he needed more water. 3 months later he came back. The doctor asked, "How's the water drinking going?" The man said, "Terrible." The doctor said, "Why?" The man replied, "Every time I drink water I have to go to the bathroom." Everybody understands that struggle, but staying hydrated is one of the easiest ways to help your body feel younger. And about alcohol, one thing many youthful seniors seem to have in common is moderation, or avoiding it completely. Because waking up refreshed beats waking up wondering what happened to your left shoe. And where did the television remote go? And why is there a spoon in the refrigerator? Life is already mysterious enough. We don't need extra mysteries. So, if you want to feel younger, drink more water. Your future self will thank you. Habit number 2. Eat more fruits and green vegetables. Now this habit is where people start negotiating. You tell someone to eat vegetables and suddenly they become a lawyer. What exactly counts as a vegetable? Does ketchup count? No, it does not. Nice try. Look, fruits and vegetables are like nature's little gift packages. They are packed with things your body loves. And the funny thing is this, the people who live with energy into their later years often eat simple foods. Not perfect foods, simple foods. fresh fruits, green vegetables, colorful foods, real foods. Meanwhile, some people eat like they are in a lifelong competition. Breakfast looks like a science experiment. Lunch comes from a bag. Dinner comes from another bag. Then they wonder why they feel tired. Your body wants nutrients, not confusion. I remember hearing about a grandmother who lived into her 90s. Every day she ate fruit. Every day she moved around. Every day she smiled. When someone asked her secret, she said, "I eat things that grow. That's it. Simple. And honestly, fruits are amazing. Nature literally made healthy food taste sweet. An apple, a mango, a banana, a watermelon. It's like nature saying, 'Here, enjoy yourself.'" The best part, when you start eating more fruits and vegetables, you often feel better without even realizing why. Your energy improves, your digestion improves, your mood improves, and suddenly you're the person telling everyone else to eat their vegetables, which is how you officially become a senior, not by age, by saying, "You need more vegetables." That's when it happens. And trust me, the next habit might hurt a few feelings, because we're about to talk about sugar. Habit number 3. Cut back on sugar. Now don't leave. Don't click away. I know some of you are already holding a cookie and looking suspicious. Listen, this is a judgment-free zone. We're friends here. I'm not saying never enjoy dessert. Life is too short to fear birthday cake. But some people have a relationship with sugar that looks like a full-time job. They have sugar for breakfast, sugar for lunch, sugar for snacks, sugar for dessert. Then they need more sugar because they're tired from all the sugar. It's a never-ending cycle. One older gentleman joked that he loved sweets so much that if sugar could talk, it would call him every morning. "Hey, buddy, where are you? We have plans." The problem is that too much sugar can leave you feeling sluggish. And have you noticed what happens after a sugar rush? For a few minutes you feel like a superhero. Then suddenly, crash. Now you're sitting on the couch wondering why you're tired at 2 in the afternoon. The youthful seniors I've met don't usually avoid sweets completely. They just don't let sweets run their lives. They enjoy the cake, then move on. The cake doesn't become their personality. That's the difference. Because being young isn't about eating perfectly. It's about giving your body a chance to work with you instead of against you. Habit number 4. Eat more antioxidant-rich foods. Now I know antioxidant-rich foods sounds like something a scientist would say while wearing a very expensive lab coat. But don't worry, this is actually simple. Think colorful foods. Berries, grapes, oranges, spinach, nuts. Foods that look alive. The funny thing is that nature made healthy foods beautiful. Have you noticed that? Blueberries look fancy. Strawberries look happy. Oranges look cheerful. Meanwhile, the mystery snack at the bottom of your pantry looks like it came from another planet. Choose the food that looks like nature made it, not the food that looks like it survived 3 economic recessions. One woman in her 70s shared her secret. Every day she added colorful fruits to her meals. Nothing extreme, nothing complicated. Years later she still had energy, enthusiasm, and enough strength to keep up with her grandchildren. And if you've ever tried keeping up with grandchildren, you know that's basically an Olympic event. Children don't walk, they teleport. You look away for 2 seconds and suddenly they're on top of a bookshelf. So if you can keep up with them, you're doing something right. Habit number 5. Sleep well. Now this one might be the most underrated habit on the entire list. Sleep. Beautiful, glorious sleep. And yet some people treat sleep like it's optional. They brag about not sleeping. "I only slept 3 hours. That's not a flex. That's a warning sign. Your body repairs itself while you sleep. Your brain resets. Your energy returns. Your mood improves. Everything works better. One funny thing about getting older is that some people become experts at falling asleep anywhere. In a chair, on a couch, during a movie, 5 minutes into a television show, sometimes before the television show even starts. You ask them if they're sleeping, they immediately say no, even though they're clearly asleep. The youthful seniors I've met often respect sleep. They have routines, they wind down, they give their bodies time to recover. Because you can't feel young if you're exhausted all the time, and let's be honest, a good night's sleep solves problems that coffee has been pretending to solve for years. Habit number 6. Develop an active lifestyle. Notice, I didn't say become a professional athlete. Nobody is asking you to compete in the Olympics. Nobody expects you to run a marathon tomorrow morning. This is simply about moving, every day, walking, stretching, dancing, gardening, cleaning, anything that gets your body moving. I once met an older man who was incredibly energetic. People kept asking his secret. They expected some magical answer. He smiled and said, "I never stop moving." That was it. He walked daily, worked in his garden, stayed active, nothing fancy. The truth is, your body loves movement, and movement doesn't have to be boring. Turn on music, dance in your kitchen, dance while nobody's watching, dance while everybody's watching, confuse the neighbors, have fun. One of the saddest things people do is stop moving because they feel old. But often they feel old because they stopped moving. Movement creates energy, and energy creates more movement. It's one of the best cycles you can build. Habit number 6. Yes, another number 6. Because this one is too important to skip. Keep stress at bay. Stress ages people faster than birthdays. Some people aren't tired from getting older. They're tired from carrying the entire world on their shoulders. Every problem, every worry, every what if, all day long. Here's something I've noticed. The happiest older people don't ignore problems. They just don't invite problems to move into their heads rent-free. A problem shows up. They deal with it. Then they continue enjoying life. Meanwhile, other people replay the same worry 500 times. At that point, the worry should be paying rent. One elderly woman was asked how she stayed so cheerful. She smiled and said, "I learned that worrying doesn't solve tomorrow's problems. It steals today's joy." Now that's wisdom. Life is too precious to spend every day stressed about things you can't control. Protect your peace. Guard your joy. And finally, habit number 7. Laugh. This might be the most powerful habit of all. Laugh. Laugh often. Laugh loudly. Laugh at yourself. Laugh with friends. Laugh at life's little surprises. Some of the youngest people I know are not young at all. They're in their 70s, their 80s, even their 90s, and they laugh constantly. They find humor everywhere. One man in his 80s said, "At my age, every morning I wake up is a good day." Then he laughed. And honestly, that's a beautiful attitude. Life gives all of us challenges. Life gives all of us difficult moments. But laughter reminds us that joy still exists. A smile changes the atmosphere. A laugh changes the day. And sometimes the people who age the best are simply the people who never stop finding reasons to smile. So if you remember nothing else from today's video, remember this. Staying young after 60 isn't about trying to be 20 again. Nobody wants to be 20 again anyway. At 20 you're confused, you're broke, you're trying to figure everything out. No thank you. Real youthfulness is something different. It's drinking enough water, eating foods that help your body, cutting back on sugar, choosing colorful, healthy foods, sleeping well, moving every day, protecting your peace, and most importantly, laughing often, because age is just a number. But your spirit? That's a choice. Some people get older every year. Others grow wiser, happier, and more alive every year. Be one of those people. Now, tell me in the comments, which of these habits do you already do every day? And which habit do you need to work on? And be honest. How many glasses of water have you had today? I won't judge, but your water bottle might. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more timeless wisdom inspired by Carl Jung and the psychology of living a happier life. Until next time, keep smiling, keep moving, keep laughing, and stay young at heart.